Hello and welcome aboard, fellow explorers. If you're someone who's been dreaming of that first cruise, or maybe you're already planning your third, you're in the right place. Whether you're a curious backpacker chasing new horizons, a young couple craving that ocean breeze, or a digital nomad seeking adventure with a view, cruising offers something truly special. But here's the thing. Not everything on board is what it seems. Behind the sparkling decks and endless buffets, there are plenty of sneaky ways your budget can drift off course. Fast. That's why today on Travel Vibes, I'm here to help you steer clear of the traps seasoned travelers already know to avoid. You'll learn how to cruise smarter, spend wiser, and get more out of every nautical mile. If this sounds like your kind of journey, hit that subscribe button, because the smartest adventures are the ones you plan well. Let's get started. Number 1, the snapshot that costs a small fortune. Let's kick things off with one of the most tempting little traps on board, those professional cruise ship photos. You know the ones. You're barely 3 steps onto the gangway when someone with a camera and a cheesy backdrop says, "Smile," and before you know it, you're awkwardly posing in front of a fake palm tree with a life preserver that says, "Bon voyage." Now don't get me wrong, memories matter, but at $25 a pop, that's a pricey memory for a picture that might end up buried in a drawer or lost in your inbox. It's like buying a souvenir mug, only flatter and way more awkward. Experienced cruisers, especially folks in the US who've seen how quickly travel costs can snowball, have learned to pass on these so-called keepsakes. Because in today's world, most of us carry a high-quality camera in our back pocket. Yes, I'm talking about your phone. Instead, just hand it to a fellow traveler or a friendly crew member. Chances are, you'll get a more natural, relaxed shot. You'll capture the moment, not the marketing. And your wallet? It'll thank you later. So the next time someone pops out of nowhere saying, "Say cheese," maybe just say, "No thanks, I brought my own camera." Ready for the next sneaky expense to watch out for? Keep sailing with me. We're just getting started. Number 2, the champagne-fueled art investment. Now let's talk about something that sounds classy, until you check your credit card statement. Cruise ship art auctions, yes, the ones with the velvet ropes, dramatic spotlights, and just enough free champagne to make you feel like a sophisticated collector, even if you've never bought more than a fridge magnet before. Here's how it usually goes. You wander into the gallery, someone hands you a glass of bubbly, and 5 minutes later you're nodding along as they describe a rare, hand-highlighted print with museum-quality brushstrokes. It all sounds so impressive, until you realize the same print is selling online for half the price, and that highlighting is more like someone gently coloring outside the lines. Seasoned travelers, especially those savvy American cruisers who've seen every upsell in the book, know this trick well. They sip the champagne, maybe snap a photo of the art, and then walk out with both their wallet and their dignity intact. Because let's face it, if you're really looking for meaningful artwork, you'll find it in the local markets at your next port, not in a high-pressure room at sea. Still with me? Good. Because the next cruise ripoff is one that feels great in the moment, but your bank account might need a massage afterward. Stay tuned. Number 3, the pricey pampering trap. Let's be honest, there's something incredibly tempting about a massage at sea. The idea of laying back while ocean waves roll beneath you, it sounds like luxury on another level. But then, reality sets in. And by reality, I mean the bill. Spa and salon treatments on board often come with luxury-sized price tags. We're talking 2, sometimes 3 times what you'd pay back home for the exact same service. A 50-minute massage that costs you $80 on land could easily run over $200 once you're floating in international waters. And don't even get me started on the salon upcharges for a basic haircut or a quick manicure. For travelers across the US, from budget-savvy Gen Z adventurers to value-loving millennial couples, this kind of spending just doesn't add up. The vibe might be relaxing, but the receipt is anything but. So what do experienced cruisers do? They wait for port day discounts when most passengers are off the ship, or they use any leftover onboard credit to cover part of the cost. But truthfully, most just skip it altogether and head to the hot tubs. Because guess what? Soaking in bubbling water with a view of the open sea? Still free. Still fabulous. And speaking of tempting places to spend, up next is a cruise staple that's made to dazzle and designed to drain your wallet if you're not careful. Let's keep going. Number 4. The slot machine that eats more than quarters. All right, let's talk about that mysterious place on board with no windows, flashing lights, and the constant ding-ding-ding of temptation. The casino. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. It's just a little fun, or I'll try my luck, who knows? But here's the reality. The house always wins, and at sea, the odds aren't exactly in your favor. Cruise casinos are designed for one thing: to keep you playing and paying. And for many travelers, especially those from the US trying to cruise on a budget, the lure of a jackpot turns into a slow leak in their vacation fund. One minute you're up $5, the next you're down 50 and wondering where your margarita money went. Seasoned cruisers know better. They set strict budgets or skip the casino altogether in favor of free entertainment. Trivia nights, karaoke battles, deck games that are more fun than frustrating, because let's be honest. Would you rather lose $100 in 5 minutes or win the night singing 80s hits with strangers who will become your cruise family by day 3? Stick with me. The next ripoff is even sneakier, because it comes wrapped in promises of pampering. Number 5, the bingo card that quietly empties your wallet. Let's move from the casino to its quieter cousin, bingo. Now don't get me wrong, there's something charming about a big room filled with people clutching colorful cards, eyes darting, hoping to hear B50-something. It's nostalgic, relaxing, until you realize you just spent $40 on paper and ink for a prize worth less than your sunscreen. For travelers in the US, especially families, retirees, and young couples trying to cruise on a budget, this one's a sneaky drain. One card becomes 2. Then you're doubling up for better chances. And before you know it, you've bought more cards than souvenirs. The truth is, most bingo prizes aren't all that big, and your odds? Let's just say you might have better luck finding a deck chair in the shade on embarkation day. So what do seasoned cruisers do instead? They lean into all the entertainment that's already included. Live music, hilarious game shows, themed dance nights, even outdoor movies under the stars. Your fare already covers fun. You don't need to gamble with daubers and disappointment to enjoy your sea days. Now, let's talk about an expense that sounds innocent, maybe even educational, but ends up feeling like a pricey group field trip. Stay with me. Number 6. The overpriced bus tour, disguised as adventure. Ah yes, the classic shore excursion booked through the cruise line. It sounds so convenient, doesn't it? You sign up, show up, and everything's taken care of. But here's the catch. What you're really signing up for is a tightly timed group tour with 40 strangers, 3 souvenir stops, 1 lukewarm snack, and 0 flexibility. For many American travelers, especially solo adventurers, young couples, or families trying to stretch every dollar, it's a pricey lesson in disappointment. You end up spending more time on a bus than at the actual destination. And let's be honest, how many jewelry shops do you really need to see in Cozumel? Veteran cruisers figured this out ages ago. They do a little research ahead of time and book with trusted local guides or small group tours. Platforms like Viator or Get Your Guide, gold mines. And cruise Facebook groups, even better. That's where you find the real gems: private drivers, food tours, snorkeling trips, all often at half the price. You don't need to follow the umbrella-waving tour guide to have a great day in port. Just a little prep, a bit of curiosity, and boom, your own custom adventure, minus the cattle call. Up next, we're diving into a modern dilemma. One that either keeps you connected or costs you more than your hotel Wi-Fi ever did. Stay with me. Number 7, the costly clicks that drain your data and your dollars. Let's be honest, cruise Wi-Fi is kind of like that one friend who shows up late, drops out mid-sentence, and charges you for the inconvenience. Sure, it's there. But at $15 to $30 a day, that's less stay connected and more say goodbye to your budget. For many travelers across the US, whether you're a Gen Z digital native, a remote worker trying to check in, or a parent hoping to FaceTime your kids, it's tempting to stay online the whole cruise. But seasoned cruisers know that going off-grid can be the best part of the journey. Think about it. When was the last time you truly unplugged? No notifications, no inbox, just waves, sunsets, and real conversations with real people. Pure bliss. Now, if you do need to stay connected, there's a smarter way. Use free Wi-Fi in port cities or grab a prepaid local SIM card. Even better, some cell carriers now offer international cruise plans. Just check before you sail. Cruising doesn't mean you have to ghost the world. But it also doesn't mean you have to pay premium prices for glitchy signal and pixelated calls. Coming up, we're stepping into a place full of sparkle and sales pitches, where that free raffle might cost you more than you think. Don't go anywhere. Number 8. The glitter that empties your wallet. Let's talk about those glitzy jewelry stores on board, the ones that lure you in with a free raffle and a promise of sparkling treasures. You walk by innocently enough, and before you know it, you're filling out a form for a chance to win a gemstone that's apparently valued at $300, but suspiciously looks like something you could buy at a mall kiosk. This tactic works especially well on unsuspecting travelers from the US, those looking for a memorable keepsake or a romantic gift mid-vacation. And hey, who doesn't love a little sparkle under cruise ship lighting? But here's the catch. That cruise-exclusive bracelet or limited-time ring is usually marked up significantly. Seasoned cruisers smile, take the raffle ticket, enjoy the suspense, and then leave their wallets right where they are. Because they know the better jewelry deals and the more meaningful pieces are waiting at the next port. Local artisans often offer handmade designs, better pricing, and something with a story behind it. Something real. So if you're tempted to make a purchase mid-cruise, ask yourself, are you buying a memory or falling for a marketing sparkle? Still with me? Great, because next, we're tackling something that sounds harmless but adds up sip by sip. Let's talk bottled water. Yes, really. Number 9. The pricey bottle you didn't need. All right, let's talk about something you've probably seen bundled into cruise deals more times than you can count. Bottled water packages. On the surface, it sounds harmless. After all, staying hydrated is important, right? But here's what many first-time cruisers in the US don't realize. Cruise ship tap water is not only safe, it's filtered to high standards and the exact same water they serve in the main dining room. Yet somehow, cruise lines make you feel like if you don't buy bottled water, you're practically risking your health. Spoiler alert, you're not. Experienced cruisers have this one figured out. They bring a reusable water bottle, maybe one with a filter just for peace of mind, and refill it at beverage stations or the bar. Simple, free, and better for the environment. Plus, let's be real, who wants to pay $5 every time you need a sip by the pool? That money's better spent on excursions, snacks, or literally anything more exciting than H2O in a plastic bottle. Coming up next, we'll look at one cruise expense that's full of flavor, but might be burning a hole in your budget one gourmet bite at a time. Stay with me. Number 10. The fancy fork that eats up your budget. Let's talk food, because if you're like most cruisers from the US, delicious dining is half the reason you booked the trip in the first place. And yes, those specialty restaurants on board can be tempting. A steakhouse with ocean views, a sushi bar with mood lighting, a French bistro that makes you feel like you've sailed straight into Paris. But here's the truth. You don't need to spend extra every night to eat like royalty. The main dining room? Underrated. The buffet? Surprisingly impressive. And the poolside grill? Perfect after a long excursion day. Seasoned travelers know this well. They might treat themselves to one special meal, maybe for formal night, a birthday, or just to try something new, but the rest of the time, they enjoy what's already included. Why pay $40 for a steak when you can get a perfectly good filet at no extra charge next door? Save those dining dollars for the next port or a cocktail at sunset. Coming up next, we're tackling a cruise classic that sounds like a money saver, but only if you drink like it's spring break every single day. Let's talk drink packages. Don't go anywhere. Number 11. The bottomless drink deal that may leave you underwater. Ah yes, the unlimited drink package, the holy grail of cruise upsells. It promises carefree sipping, endless cocktails, and a bar tab you'll never have to see. But here's what most American travelers don't realize, especially those cruising for relaxation over revelry. To break even, you'd need to knock back 6 to 8 alcoholic drinks a day. Every day. For the entire trip. Now, unless you're on a mission to turn your liver into a full-time crew member, that's a tall order. And for casual drinkers, those who enjoy a glass of wine with dinner or a margarita at sunset, it's just not worth it. Seasoned cruisers have mastered the smarter path. They take advantage of daily happy hour deals, watch for drink specials, or simply pay as they go. Some cruise lines even let you bring a bottle or two of wine on board, perfect for a quiet toast on your balcony. So before you sign up for the all-you-can-drink package, ask yourself, are you really here for the drinks, or for the memories you'll actually remember? Next up, we're diving into something that sounds super convenient, but can quietly cost you a small fortune in socks and sun hats. Let's talk laundry. Stick around. Number 12, the sneaky spin cycle that spins your wallet too. Now here's a surprise that sneaks up on even the most organized traveler: laundry. You're midway through your cruise, your favorite shorts are worn, your socks are out, and suddenly it's $5 to wash a single t-shirt. Yep, cruise laundry services can quietly drain your fun fund, one wrinkle-free blouse at a time. For U.S. travelers, especially families, backpackers, or light packers trying to keep it minimal, this adds up fast. That little laundry bill? It starts looking like you sent your clothes to a 5-star hotel in Paris. But seasoned cruisers don't panic. They pack smarter. Think mix-and-match outfits, wrinkle-resistant fabrics, and clothes you can wear more than once without a fashion crisis. Even better, toss a travel-sized packet of detergent into your suitcase. A quick hand wash in the sink and a night on the towel rack? Problem solved. No need to pay premium prices for fresh undies. Stick with me, because the next tip tackles something that's right in your cabin, tempting, convenient, and suddenly not so free anymore. Let's talk room service. Number 13. The day 1 souvenir trap you'll regret by day 3. Let's talk shopping. Because we all love a good souvenir, right? But here's the thing. As soon as the ship sets sail, the gift shops spring to life. Suddenly everything is limited edition, cruise exclusive, or marked with a big red sale tag that makes you feel like you're missing out. But seasoned cruisers, especially American travelers who've learned to spend with strategy, know this game well. They look, they smile, and then they walk away. Because here's a secret. Prices on those hats, magnets, and t-shirts, they often drop mid-cruise, and even more during the final sea day when the crew is trying to clear the shelves. So instead of impulse buying that I Heart Cruising mug on day 1, take a breath. Browse, but don't buy. Let your wallet settle in before it sets sail. And remember, the best souvenirs aren't always bought. Sometimes they're captured in a photo, told in a story, or lived in a memory that costs nothing at all. Next, we're heading straight into your cabin, where one seemingly innocent menu could turn your midnight snack into a surprise charge. Stay tuned. Number 14. The midnight munchies that come with a surprise charge. Now let's open that tempting little folder on your cabin desk, the room service menu. It's late, you're in your pajamas, and suddenly a grilled cheese sounds like the best idea you've had all day. You pick up the phone, order with confidence, and then comes the surprise. A service fee. For a sandwich. At midnight. What used to be a fun free perk is now a quiet upcharge on many cruise lines, especially during off hours. And for travelers from the US who are used to 24/7 delivery culture, this can feel like a sneaky sting. One late-night snack here, a small dessert there, and boom, you've got a food bill that rivals your specialty dinner. The fix? It's simple. Head to the buffet or late-night cafe before turning in. Grab a cookie, a slice of pizza, maybe even stash a banana for later. And if you do love the idea of breakfast in bed or a midnight snack in your robe, just check your cruise line's policy. Some still offer it for free, others charge a fee per item or per order. Up next, we're wrapping things up with a tip that looks like a great deal on paper, but could water down your experience faster than you think. Let's talk drink of the day. Don't miss it. Number 15. The so-called special. That's just a fancy fruit juice. Now here's one that gets even seasoned travelers if they're not paying attention. The famous drink of the day. It's splashed across chalkboards, announced poolside with flair, and sounds like the ultimate deal at sea. A tropical cocktail with a fun name and a cute souvenir cup. What could go wrong? Well, here's the secret most cruise veterans from the US already know. That special is often anything but. It's usually watered down, loaded with sugar, and still marked up compared to other drinks on the menu. And don't let the colorful umbrella fool you. you're paying more for the presentation than the pour. If you enjoy a cocktail or two on vacation, consider this your invitation to be strategic. Stick to house wines, draft beers, or well drinks during happy hour. Or better yet, ask the bartender what's actually a good value, not just what's dressed up with pineapple garnish. And if you really love that drink, ask for the recipe, take it home, and make your own cruise night in your backyard, with twice the flavor and none of the markup. Coming up next, it's time to wrap this all together with a closing that'll help you cruise smarter, spend wiser, and travel like a pro. Don't miss the final thoughts. Cruising has a magic all its own. The gentle rhythm of the sea, the excitement of a new port, the shared smiles of fellow travelers. But the real treasure? It's not sold in the gift shop or hidden behind a special offer sign. It's in the moments you slow down. When you sip your coffee at sunrise without rushing. When you dance on the deck without caring who's watching. When you realize that travel, real, meaningful travel, is about presence, not purchases. So the next time you step on board, do it with purpose. With curiosity. With the wisdom to spend where it counts and let go of what doesn't. If this video gave you something to think about, tap that like button. Subscribe to Travel Vibes for more smart tips, honest advice, and all the real talk cruising content you won't hear from the brochures. And now we want to hear from you. What's one cruise charge you'll never fall for again? Tell us in the comments, and until next time, see you on deck.